few minutes and I'll be right back. I hope you're enjoying this session, guys, and just wait a few minutes and I'll be right back with you. Thank you so much for waiting, guys, and I'll be there very soon. So guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be right back within 5 minutes and we'll continue our session about making games in Unreal Engine. Until then, watch more about Game Institute. I hope you're enjoying this session, guys, and just wait a few minutes and I'll be right back with you. Just wait for a few minutes and I'll be right back. So guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be right back within 5 minutes and we'll continue our session about making games in Unreal Engine. Until then, watch more about Game Institute. Just wait for a few minutes and I'll be right back. hope you're enjoying this session, guys. And just wait a few minutes and I'll be right back with you.
Okay, hello. Welcome back to our ninth episode today of making our top-down shooter. So let's see हम लोग ने लास्ट टाइम कहाँ पर छोड़ा था हमारा गेम एंड देन आगे हम लोग क्या क्या कंटिन्यू करने वाले we'll डिस्कस पहले तो बिकॉज इट्स बिन थोड़ा टाइम सो लेट्स सी हम लोग का गेम कहाँ तक पहुँचा था लास्ट टाइम बेसिकली वी हैड मेड ऑल आर मूवमेंट एंड शूटिंग मैकेनिक्स एंड इसमें वी हैड टू डिफरेंट गन्स जो हम लोग ने बनाए थे एक ये शॉर्ट गन था which we had made I think last time, and then we had also made like this XP or soul system जो हम लोग का प्लेयर कलेक्ट कर सकता है आफ्टर किलिंग एनी वन सो दैट वी कैन यूज़ दैट टू अपग्रेड different things in a player, for example the health of a player or the damage the gun does to an opponent. तो वो सब we can change. For example we had created like this shop system here जो हम लोग इंटरेक्ट कर सकते हैं एंड देन फॉर नाउ वी आर जस्ट क्रिएटेड दिस बेसिक स्विचिंग मैकेनिक्स जो बेसिकली हम लोग के वेपन के बीच में हम लोग स्विच कर सकते हैं सो लाइक वी कैन यूज़ एन AR इफ़ वी वांट टू और वी कैन स्विच टू अ शॉटगन so basically we have two modes to play the game in. So right now अभी तक इतना ही है and we have one ability which is a grenade which we were launching. So there are some enemies like leech जिनको ग्रेनेड अफेक्ट नहीं करता है बट द वंस इट अफेक्ट्स वो थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा ओपी है तो उसको हम लोग ने एक टाइमर दिया है टाइमर इज़ प्रिटी इट्स नॉट दैट स्ट्रिक्ट फॉर नाउ बट वो आगे जाके हम लोग को ट्वीक करना पड़ेगा बट दैट वाज अ बेसिक गेम प्ले जो हम लोग ने क्रिएट किया है एंड यहाँ से हम लोग वेव अपने स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं वी कैन लाइक सी कैसा उनको डैमेज एंड एवरीथिंग हो रहा है एंड एवरी टाइम वी किल एन एनिमी वी गेट अ सोल पॉइंट विच गिव्स अस सम अमाउंट ऑफ सोल्स फॉर एग्जांपल 65 से 75 हो गया सो दोज मिनियंस और गॉब्लिन्स दे गिव अस 10 souls per kill. So like I have 75 souls right now. If I kill it and automatically वो soul आता है and I have collected now 85 souls. So that was basically where my game was till now. And this leech guy spawns those mini goblins which give me I think less souls than the normal ones. Maybe they give me 5 souls I think. Let me check. Yeah, it gives me 5 souls. And the leech one gives me from 140 to 180. So leech gives me 40 souls. So ऐसा हम लोग ने बनाया था इतना गेम तो आज हम लोग इसको ही आगे कंटिन्यू करेंगे हेलो हेलो अफरीदी हेलो पीयूष ओके सो आज का मेरा आई थिंक गोल ये है टू क्रिएट लाइक अ सिंपल अपग्रेड सिस्टम सो दैट वी हैव अ शॉप जिसमें हम लोग अपने इक्विपमेंट्स तो चेंज कर ही सकते हैं लाइक द गन्स बट अभी तक वी डोंट हैव अ वे टू upgrade ourselves like a character will start from maybe like a very simple gun and then maybe they will upgrade their gear the guns the abilities maybe like their health their movement speed or something ऐसा ऑप्शन हम लोग प्लेयर को दे सकते हैं टू अपग्रेड देयर स्टफ आई डोंट वांट द गेम टू जस्ट स्टार्ट एंड एंड द सेम वे you need to have like a certain challenge or certain reason why people want to play the game ahead. एक बार गेम प्ले देख लिया ठीक है ओके यू लाइक द गेम प्ले लूप यू कीप प्लेइंग बट इवन इफ यू डोंट लाइक द गेम प्ले लूप राइट नाउ द गेम प्ले कैन गेट बेटर लेटर वो पॉइंट है गेम का तो जितना आप गेम खेलोगे आप अपना स्टफ अपग्रेड कर सकते हो, एंड देन पीपल विल लाइक वांट टू कीप प्लेइंग अहेड एंड अहेड and like unlock more stuff in that. Right now we don't have a lot of stuff. We have two guns, we have one ability, and that is all the player has right now, which is this is the ability, the grenade. So basically trying to upgrade these three things, and also individually the player has a health pool right here. So maybe we can have like a health system where it upgrades the health after some time, or based on some souls, like based on you can spend like 200 souls and get more HP or something, or you can be like more resistance to some damage, like कोई goblins हम लोग को direct 30 damage देते हैं, after upgrading our health हम लोग को 20 damage लगेगा, ऐसा कुछ हम लोग upgrade system रख सकते हैं इसमें. So that is something we'll focus on today. And also like small tweaking. For example, one thing I just noticed was that when I use this grenade, my animation for the grenade is like मेरे player के पैर नहीं चल रहे वो time. That is basically my montage is running on my whole body. So I only want it to run on the upper body when the MJ releases the grenade. And also there's a glitch where there's only one enemy remaining, but I can't see it, so probably the enemies are still spawning like this. So this is one glitch that we need to solve, कि enemies are still spawning outside of the arena, so they can't get in the arena. तो उसके लिए भी हम लोग को थोड़ा जो हम लोग का nav mesh है, we'll have to edit it so that the enemies technically should not spawn outside, but I think like एक ये ऐसे के जो edges है, maybe उसके वजह से enemies वहाँ पर spawn हो रहे or something. So I'll need to make it more constrained थोड़ा inside so that enemies don't spawn there. Like this, and like I can still see this one point. I don't think ये issue होना चाहिए, but maybe game में हो सकता है. So just to be safe उसको हम लोग थोड़ा और अंदर पुश कर देंगे. ठीक है. एंड ये तो इसका काफ़ी टेस्टिंग ही करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज इट इज़ जस्ट अ वेरी रेयर चांस कि बाहर कोई एनिमी स्पॉन होता है, बट जितना टेस्ट करेंगे उतना विल नो कि it's completely like fixed or no. So can you put some light on enemy damage which is mapped with projectile collision? The enemy damage with the projectile collision is basically just simple ray tracing, which I'm doing for now. For example, if I have a single bullet firing or a automatic bullet firing weapon, so suppose whenever I damage it, it does like a particular amount of damage based on the enemy type. So this enemy type takes suppose 20 damage. If I go to another enemy, they will maybe take some more damage. Once the wave is completed, now I press E, I can start the wave again. And yeah, just to see a goblin, it takes 15 damage. And the way they are taking the damage is, I can show you very quickly. Yeah, we have a bullet which we are spawning via, first we are doing a raycast and then we are spawning it, and it is basically applying this base damage of 10 to the enemy. And what is happening in the enemy is that जब enemy damage लेता है, for example any damage, it multiplies that with a damage taken multiplier, which is different for every enemy. Some enemies may take more damage, 1.2, 1.3. Some enemies like bosses in the future may take less damage than the regular enemies. so unka multiplier I will reduce. So this is the way that I have taken, and then you just store the damage taken and you reduce it from the health and you update the percentage in the HP bar. And yeah, if health is less than equal to 0, then we basically the AI dies. If it doesn't die, then we just make like a blinking red kind of tint on the player so that पता चले कि उसको hit हुआ है हम लोग का गोली. And other than that, this is just the logic for stacking it, the damage numbers which are spawning over the AI. Okay, so ये जो montage है, first let me fix that before I forget. This one, the launch montage. So that is basically happening here. In the grenade throw, I am doing this grenade throw montage. This is happening on the whole body. So I can technically do it on the upper body. And grenade aiming is done on the default slot. Okay. No, it doesn't do the thing. I'll have to go in the animation graph and changes. But where I'm doing it is on the upper body. Okay. So the upper body is not being used, so I can do it on the default slot. Default slot is the one that is being blended here. Okay. Instead of upper body, I'll do it on default slot and check. Yeah, now it's happening. So it does the launch animation, but also her legs are moving. Okay, तो दोनों भी चीज़ें हो रहा है. उसका targeting भी हो रहा है, her legs are moving, and when it launches, she launches the grenade from her left hand and her legs are still moving. तो सब कुछ properly हो रहा है. Okay. Hello Jay. So now that is fixed. There is one more small fix that I think I should do now before I forget, is that I'll show you. तो you can notice the muzzle flash जो मेरा भी spawn हो रहा है वो spawn होता है at my muzzle, but then if I move while shooting, the muzzle flash stays there where I started shooting from. So like it doesn't move with the muzzle, it should basically move with the muzzle. So that's I think a simple fix. I will have to attach the muzzle flash wherever I'm spawning it. I'm spawning it in my weapon. So this is where I'm spawning it, and instead of spawning it at a location, I can spawn emitter attached. Basically the same one, Bellica muzzle, same location and rotation. But this time I have to give it a component to attach to, so I can give it like this mesh. And location type I will do keep world position because I'm spawning it on this world position. So spawn it there and automatically destroy it later. Now I can check. So yeah, so now if I'm moving, the muzzle flash moves with my gun, which is, it's not properly natural, but it looks better. and I think the size is a little bit larger than before. So in the weapon, the scaling, I can reduce it to maybe like a point 0.5. Yeah, now it's better. Now if I shoot and move, the muzzle moves with the gun, and it's like the muzzle flash is always stuck to my gun, and that's like it looks better, much better. So always remember to spawn your emitters attached if you are doing like a muzzle flash or something, so that it always stays with the weapon. And you can see it in the gameplay mode, like the camera zooms out, and even when it zooms out we can see the muzzle flash clearly. So in the future if I want, I can maybe increase the size or something. For now I'm just using the very default Bellica muzzle flash. I can change it later and create a custom one if I don't like it, but for now I don't have any issues. So yes, the main topic for today, to create the upgrade system. Okay, I'll close off everything. Whatever I need, I'll open it because I don't know what I'll need. So first thing is to decide how do I approach this. I think this equipment page will be where our player can equip whatever it wants. Like we have for now two options, a weapon and an ability. So if the player wants to change the weapon, they can go to this equipment menu and they can do left right to switch the weapon. And also underneath this, currently there's only there's nothing here, but also we can add an option to change the ability from here. Right now we don't have any multiple abilities, but still in the future maybe we'll have, like instead of a grenade we have a different attack or something. So that is also something they can equip. I don't think we should give the option to have multiple abilities at the same time. I think एक ability is fine and you should like switch between them because already the game is not difficult yet, so I don't want to make it more easier than it already is. So in future, like maybe if I up the difficulty by changing how the enemy behaves or the way enemies are spawning or the damage they are doing or something or their speed, and if the game gets more difficult I can change or tweak something to make it more balanced. Maybe I can give them two abilities at a single time, but right now I won't. And so this weapon section, I think this is the one I will keep for upgrades related to that weapon or any weapon. Okay, and maybe in the same menu I will have the option to upgrade weapons and abilities, and the third menu in the shop or whatever this is for will be for personal, like health related to the player, maybe the movement speed related to player, or some like cosmetic if I want to add to the player. Maybe that is something they can buy there in the third menu. So basically this weapon and ability menu I will merge together, or I can keep them separate also for now, but that's okay. First thing what I want to do is create a weapon menu where I can upgrade, where I can just keep the UI for now, and then we'll see how we go about it. But weapon को मुझे upgrade करना है. So upgrading में, like for example, simple things like a fire rate and damage for now, two things. Later on maybe I'll add some more stuff, but weapons को simply कैसे upgrade करते हैं वो दो चीज़ें ही होती है. Like for an AR, how can you upgrade an AR? So you can give it like more fire rate, it will make it of course better, and more damage, like every single bullet is doing more damage. So those two things the player can upgrade, not both at the same time, but they can spend like their souls. यहाँ पर whenever they play they collect some souls here right side में. So this will be the amount or the currency in the game. I'm calling it souls because it's already been used in the industry as in Dark Souls, but it can be anything. I haven't named it yet, but let's say we call it souls for now. So this is something that the player will collect and spend to upgrade their weapons. So what we need to focus is the UI. So where is the UI? This. Yeah. So the weapons and stuff, like I said, equipment page will have the option to equip a weapon or the ability. Like it can, right now we have the ability to, not the ability, the option to switch the weapon easily, but उसके नीचे हम लोग ग्रेनेड्स भी कर सकते हैं स्विच लाइक एबिलिटी, तो वो भी हम लोग रख लेंगे ऑप्शन. So vertical box में we have this menu panel. And this will be basically three different menus. So like this is currently the equipment menu, because there will be three menus which we will switch between. So I will first make three, but I will switch between them. Actually wait, so here I will create a, I can do wrap with a widget switcher, and this switcher will have three panels that it will switch between. This is suppose the equipment panel or equipment menu, should I call it menu, weapon menu, ability menu. Okay, and this will be menu switcher. So this menu switcher can be on 0, 1 or 2. Abhi right now all three are displaying basically the same thing. So in the weapon menu I'll remove the arrows for now, these two buttons. So in the weapon menu we only have the weapon. In the ability menu also I will remove these buttons, and here I will add a grenade, just so that all three menus are displaying different things. Okay, can I fill? Okay, I'll fill it. So this is the equipment menu, and the way we will switch between them is 0, 1 and 2. So it will switch between our menus. So whichever menu we'll click on, we click on equipment, this will go 0, we click on weapon, ये 1 हो जाएगा, click on abilities, this will be 2. 0, 1 and 2 ऐसे switch होता रहेगा उसके बीच में. So these buttons we will code them on clicked menu switcher set active widget index, or I can just do set active widget instead of the index, and I can select the widget here. It will have to be a variable. So all three of them will have to be variables. On clicked equip menu button, we will set this widget as active. Simple. I'll have to do it for all three. This widget switcher is very useful basically. Instead of, I've seen some people usually what they do is they deactive one widget and then active the other one, then deactive one and then active the other one. So that's basically doing the same thing but in just one node. And you don't have to remember कि क्या active था क्या नहीं active था. You can just make this one active and all the other ones will be deactivated. So this equipment menu and यहाँ पर जाएगा weapon menu. Ability menu. So now I can probably test this in game. So by default we have the equipment menu on. अगर मैं यहाँ जाऊँ, I press E and I press weapon ability. Yes, so all three menus are functioning. Now we need to actually make those three menus. So in the equipment, like I said, this will be just the upper half and we'll have another half of this to switch our abilities. So we have a weapon panel, same way we will create ability panel, I'll call it. Actually no, same panel, we'll just add a new box in this. The panel is not a vertical box, so I will have to replace this with a vertical box. Yes. Now I have both these filled and this will be my weapon switch box and my ability switch box, and the image will be replaced by a grenade. Okay, if I keep it on auto, I'll have to give it a size. I see. 600, I guess. No. Yeah, this is good. 400. Maybe actually 300. Yeah, later on I'll change the icons for this. This is just the default ones we're using for now. And इसको भी I will use 300, 350, 350. Instead of these arrows I can use the indicator type arrow जो मैंने already किया है I think, but I've made it using a 3D cone. Okay, I'll use these for now. चलेगा. It's a weapon icon. This is the ability icon. Oops. left weapon switch button, right weapon switch button, left ability switch button, right ability switch button. ठीक है, now to test. This is working, and grenade में we don't have any other ability for now, so but for now this much is enough, and we can see that it works. Sorry, we can switch to AR and we can switch to our shotgun. ठीक है, now weapon panel or weapon menu, like I've named it. So in दोनों को I'll keep it closed. Active widget for now I'll keep it as weapon menu, so it's visible at all times. Now I'll have to create like an option, because I want to use this single menu to upgrade both my guns. Shotgun भी मैं यहाँ से upgrade कर सकता हूँ, AR भी. So I will have to like basically divide the menu, or I can create two images which the player can click on, and based on that image that gun will be upgraded. So ये जो horizontal box है is good. I think I just need to add another image in the horizontal box, and I will need another, or not another, I'll wrap this with a vertical box. Okay, and this will be, maybe there will be first a rifle and a shotgun, and auto. For now I'll keep it fill, because we will need anyway another horizontal box, and this will be our upgrade box. It will not have these images. Now यहाँ पर होगा हम लोग का main upgrade, so इसके अंदर I can add a text saying, suppose damage, how much damage currently we have, and then कितना upgrade होने के बाद कितना होगा, and then an upgrade button same line में ऐसा. के बीच में एक spacer I will have. I'll keep them on auto for now, and इनका मैं size थोड़ा छोटा कर देता हूँ. Fire rate ठीक है, इसमें भी this will be like the damage amount, which is suppose for now 10. and then upgrade होने के बाद कितना होगा, suppose plus 5 फॉर नाउ आई कीप इट 3 और वट एवर, बट ये हम लोग रिट्रीव करेंगे बाद में. एंड इनके बीच में आई विल हैव अ स्पेसर. Even before the whole thing. एंड एक इसके ऊपर भी स्पेसर चाहिए. Okay, हाँ, they are not in the center, correct. All of them will have to be in the center. And then the box can be auto. Okay, there will be another spacer here. Upgrade rifle damage, upgrade button. Okay, now here we also need to specify how much souls or XP or whatever currency it will cost to upgrade this gun. That I can maybe do here. I don't even need to have a button. I think in the future what I'll do is you can hold on this, like this whole bar will be one button, this whole horizontal box, and once the player clicks on it and click करके hold करना है, and वो पूरा bar like it will try to fill from left to right, and once it is done the damage will be upgraded. ऐसा कुछ रखूँगा instead of this button. This button looks very lame in my opinion. So I will just add a text here, which is the cost. Cost will be 10. I'll also have to specify that this 10 is 10 souls, so there will have to be an image next to it, because right now our soul is basically a white circle. यहाँ पर nice. This is how much? 12 by 12 is also too big. 5 by 5. No, wait. Okay. So like this, but with a spacer in between them. Okay. So I know it doesn't look that good right now, and that is not the point. The point is to make a functional upgrade system first, and उसके बाद जो भी डिज़ाइन होता है कि कैसे बटन्स आएगा, क्या कहाँ पर आएगा, that all you can change. But the main important thing is to first see कि okay, when you press upgrade, your thing should upgrade. Actually game में भी upgrade होना चाहिए, UI में भी upgrade होना चाहिए, क्या numbers यहाँ पर आएंगे and everything, and it should save when you go out of the game, come in the game, ये numbers save होने चाहिए, कितना तुम लोग का last level था, current level क्या है, क्या max level है, and everything. So that is the important thing that we are focusing on for now, and not the design part. The design, this is just the essential things that I need to have. For example, the cost, a button to actually upgrade, a number to show how much damage it is currently doing and how much it will do after the upgrade. It will do more 5 more plus 5. तो बाद में जब मैं अपग्रेड दबाऊंगा तो दिस शुड बी 15 एंड दिस शुड शो कि 15 प्लस 5 या प्लस 2 या प्लस 3 नेक्स्ट अपग्रेड जितना भी बड़ा है या छोटा है. So that's the point. Now what I can do is, since I have created this whole box here, I can just copy it and call it the fire rate upgrade box. Fire rate. Now fire rate will not be this high. Fire rate, like a rifle का fire rate कितना होगा, maybe 1 से start होगा and it will go lower. Fire rate reduce होगा मतलब upgrade हो रहा है, because जितना कम fire rate है उतना better है. I will do minus 0.1 seconds. Currently it is suppose 1 seconds. S is for seconds. So ये हम लोग इधर सेट कर देंगे. अपग्रेड करने पे it will be maybe 0.9 seconds. So then like it will go 1 से लेके 0.9, 0.8, 0.5 to whatever. Now this is for the AR for now. I haven't touched the shotgun yet. हम लोग AR पे ही पहले proper functional बनाएंगे, then we will move on to shotgun, क्योंकि maybe the shotgun will have something else जो मेरे दिमाग में था, which is the spread. शॉटगन में देर इज़ अ स्प्रेड. अभी शॉटगन जितना कम स्प्रेड होगा उतना बेटर है. तो स्टार्टिंग में आई कैन कीप इट लाइक देर इज़ अ फायर रेट, देर इज़ अ डैमेज, देर इज़ ऑल्सो स्प्रेड. स्टार्टिंग में बहुत स्प्रेड होता है शॉटगन, बट व्हेन यू अपग्रेड इट उसका स्प्रेड थोड़ा सा कम होते जाता है. सो इट्स ईजियर टू यूज़. थोड़ा ज़्यादा डैमेज लगेगा बिकॉज ज़्यादा पैलेट्स लग रहे आपके प्लेयर को. So that is one thing we can add in the shotgun, in except of one of these or maybe more than 2, maybe 3 things होंगे जो शॉटगन में अपग्रेड होते हैं. तो वो देखते हैं. मे बी हम लोग फायर रेट सेम रखेंगे शॉटगन का, सिर्फ डैमेज और स्प्रेड कम करेंगे, या डैमेज ज़्यादा और स्प्रेड अपग्रेड करेंगे दोनों, और विल सी लेटर. बट फर्स्ट विल फोकस ऑन दिस वन थिंग and let's see how it looks in game. Yeah, this is how it's looking. So right now it doesn't have a background अभी currently game ही use हो रहा है सिर्फ उस पर एक blur डाल के. तो that is also something we can change later on, but for now these are the options. And default कौन सा menu open हो रहा है, second वाला I think, weapon वाला. Yeah, ये वाला open है. We want by default it to open the equipment one maybe. That is how I'll keep it. So that is just a simple fix. Menu switcher में I have to put the active widget index as 0, but that will not let me edit anything. हाँ, so अभी default ये है, and then it switches between 3 of these. Okay. Also, one more, of course, important thing: how do you know which menu is open? Because तीनों technically buttons है, तो how do you know that? वही हम लोग को उसका भी कुछ करना पड़ेगा. Maybe when you press a particular menu, you make it disabled or something, या इसको हम लोग highlight कर सकते हैं, इनको थोड़ा fade कर सकते हैं, बाकी दो को ऐसा कुछ कर सकते हैं, और मे बी जो selected है उसको थोड़ा fade कर सकते हैं to know कि this button cannot be clicked. You can click on abilities or equipment ऐसा. So we can try different things. It's UI, nothing is right or wrong, तो इसमें नहीं होगा कुछ. It is just क्या तुम लोग को better लग रहा है उस पर. So here I can do it on click the equip menu button, for example. Equipment menu तो open हो रहा है active. Also I can make this button, or I can disable this button. Set enabled to disabled. So let me check. If I click on equipment, now equipment is disabled, but it doesn't get enabled then. I will have to do it maybe for every single one. I'll have to enable it. And then I also have to enable the other two basically. Equipment menu button है, और कौन सा बटन है? Weapon menu button and ability menu button. So when I disable this, I will enable both of them. So weapon menu पे क्लिक करने पे weapon menu disable हो जाएगा. Actually ये इधर ही रखता हूँ better. First I disable, then I will enable equip and ability. And clicking on ability one, we will disable ability, we will enable these. अभी चेक करते हैं. If I click on equip weapon ability, so at least अभी थोड़ा सा visible है which one we are using, which menu we are using. Okay, ये हम लोग का equipment menu. Escape दबाऊंगा तो I can इस पे अभी अपग्रेड पे there's nothing, but I can start, go back. Okay, it still starts the weapon. ठीक है. If I want to, I can do so that every time I open the menu, equipment one should open पहले. Or I can leave it as it is, then it will always open the menu that was last opened, like this. तो दोनों ऑप्शन है. I can do इसमें whatever I want. देखते हैं. For now I'll keep it because testing के लिए तो ये better है. So that I don't have to every time go and switch the menu. अगर मैं ये menu test कर रहा हूँ तो I can just go, I can do whatever I want to. I can come back and I can upgrade and I can test again. So for now I'll keep it. Maybe in the main game I'll remove and change it. Equip menu button. Menu buttons. I'll just make a big comment for all of them. No need for these ones. Switch weapon equipment, I guess. Initialize and construct, these are basically like a begin place, so I will keep it green. Okay. And now we'll take a short 5-minute break and उसके बाद we'll continue making our menus upgrade के. ठीक है.
So guys, thanks for watching and we'll be right back within 5 minutes and we'll continue our session about making games in Unreal Engine. Until then, watch more about Game Institute. Wait for a few minutes and I'll be right back. I hope you're enjoying this session guys, and just wait a few minutes and I'll be right back with you. Thank you so much for waiting guys, and I'll be there very soon. So guys, thanks for watching and we'll be right back within 5 minutes and we'll continue our session about making games in Unreal Engine. Until then, watch more about Game Institute. I hope you're enjoying this session guys, and just wait a few minutes and I'll be right back with you. Just wait for a few minutes and I'll be right back. So guys, thanks for watching and we'll be right back within 5 minutes and we'll continue our session about making games in Unreal Engine. Until then, watch more about Game Institute. Just wait for a few minutes and I'll be right back. I hope you're enjoying this session guys, and just wait a few minutes and I'll be right back with you. Thank you so much for waiting guys, and I'll be there very soon. So guys, thanks for watching and we'll be right back within 5 minutes and we'll continue our session about making games in Unreal Engine. Until then, watch more about Game Institute. I hope you're enjoying this session, guys, and just wait a few minutes and I'll be right back with you. Just wait for a few minutes and I'll be right back.
Okay, we are back. So now हम लोग को ये जो डैमेज नंबर्स है पहले तो ये डिटरमाइन करना है, एंड कहाँ पर ये नंबर्स होंगे, लाइक कितने लेवल्स होंगे हमारे गन के अपग्रेड के, कहाँ से वो नंबर्स आएंगे, कहाँ स्टोर करना है, एवरीथिंग. सो आई हैव टू कीप इट. तो व्हाट आई थिंक वी शुड डू इज I am going to make a data table, and that data table will hold the uh, basically numbers like level 1. अगर राइफल के 10 levels है basically, when you get the rifle you start from level 1. तो every level what will be the damage number, so there will basically be level 1 to 10 for the damage amount and 1 to 10 for the fire rate. So you can upgrade the fire rate 10 times and you can upgrade the damage 10 times. So I'll just create one single data table which will hold the values for both of them, damage and the fire rate. I can also create a single data table for the levels 1 to 10 for everything. But ठीक है, I think अलग अलग data tables में फ़िलहाल रखता हूँ. Later on if I want to I can merge. Before creating a data table I have to create a structure. Yes. So I will create a struct will be basically my row. So this is my DT rifle stats row. And the stats will be like damage and fire rate. Now fire rate will be in float because it will be in seconds, which is like 0.5 seconds, 0.2 seconds. So that will be in float. Damage I don't think will be in float. I'm not doing like 1, 1.2, 1.5 or 10.5 something damage. I think damage in integers is fine. I don't want, because damage we are showing it in numbers, so I don't want it to show like point whatever numbers. So anyway we are doing damages in integers. Okay, with this I will create my data table. MISC data table DT rifle stats. I'll put these in weapons and I'll create a folder for engine classes which will have my game mode and stuff. So game mode, player controller, game instance, ये सब engine classes में. Interactable player mode. ठीक है. Now in this data table we will create a row. So every row will basically hold the value of every level. So I will have basically 10 levels for now in my game for every upgrade. So I will name the row. This is the row name. This is how I will access the data table, so I have to name the rows by numbers, even though technically यहाँ पर numbers है 1 2 3 4 5 6, but that is just the amount of rows in my data table, that is not the name of my row. तो I need to name the rows because मैं rows से ही मैं access करने वाला. तो row is basically my level. So at level 1 my rifle's damage level is 1, so it will do 10 damage. If the damage level is 2, it will do maybe 12 damage. Will do 13 or no 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. I want 10th to be 30, so somewhere like around 28, 25. This can be like 23. ऐसा ठीक है. I think 20, 23, 25, 28, 30. And the fire rate will start from 1 second, which I know is a lot, but ठीक है. The player can still manage to kill with 1 second fire rate. As I said, this is nothing like is final for now. We can always change stuff later on. At 0.4, 0.3, 0.2 and 0.1. Okay. Now every weapon is right now doing the same amount of damage, which basically the weapon is not even doing damage. Weapon has a fire rate, but if we take the damage part, weapon तो अभी damage कर ही नहीं रहा है. Damage क्या कर रहा है? Damage हमारे bullets कर रहा है, which is this one. This is doing damage, sorry, and this is doing damage. This is the shotgun shells, which I think I should give them a different color. My bullet and my shell will have like maybe oh, I can just change the glow. I can't change the color. What if I make this as my parameter? So the shell I can change the color to like red. As the red looking like yellow because it's glowing. If red glows, it becomes either orange or yellow. Good to know. Pink. A little darker. But the more you make it glow, the more red it will be. But if I see, it's still compiling shaders. It's done. Shell. Now they're looking red. ठीक है. I know they're not glowing as well, so now it's better, I think. ठीक है. So these bullets are giving same 10 damage every time. We want to change this. So we want the weapon to store what level it is right now. Every time we upgrade the weapon, we will store a level in this. And actually level can be for two things. There can be a level for the damage and level for the fire rate. So I need to create another struct, or I'll have to create two different variables and have to set them every time. I will create another struct saying weapon level. This will also have damage and fire rate, but this time both will be integer, because these values, they will not store the actual damage amount, they will just store the level. This will be as weapon level, and it has a damage level and fire rate level, which will be 1 and 1 by default. If I want to give it default values, I will give it default values here default 1 and 1. ठीक है. Now this bullet will take the value from the weapon. The weapon will have the level. Okay. So the fire rate, what we will do is we will do find data table, or no, data table no, get data table row. So we can give it the value of 1, it will give us fire rate at 1. If we give it the value of 2, this will be 0.9. Value of 1, this will be 1. If the value is 10, this will give out 0.1. So this will be the level that we are at right now. So the level we will get from this. Okay, we will upgrade this, but how we will do it is we get the data table and we get our level.
We are there to thrill you in finals, in grand finale.
Whatever level our fire rate is right now. So fire rate to string, and from string to
We are there
name.
to thrill you in grand finale.
And when we find the row, we will set it the fire rate, whatever it is.
मतलब वही है, शॉट ही दौड़ रहा है, जो शॉट है ना वही दौड़ रहा है, ये शॉट दौड़ रहा है,
Same way we will do it here.
ये शॉट ये जस्ट दौड़ना चालू किया.
Or I can keep this variable and I can upgrade this variable every time I upgrade my level. ऐसा भी मैं कर सकता हूँ, so that I don't have to access the data table every time I shoot. Right now that is what I'm doing, but I can change it like I said later on. I should actually, this is not a good way, but let's see if our data table and everything works. Abhi, where are we spawning these bullets? Weapon is not spawning the bullets, a child is spawning. This is where we are spawning, यहाँ पर. So when we spawn the bullet, we can promote this to a damage, and this damage we can expose it on spawn, so that every time we spawn this, यहाँ पर if I refresh, it should give us a damage. So when we spawn the bullet, when the weapon spawns the bullet, we will give it a damage amount कि इतना damage ये bullet करना चाहिए when it hits. So to do that is the same way. Basically you get the level, you get the damage level, and you get data table row. So damage to string to name, and the row that we get, we will split here, and this is the damage that we have to do. Damage can also be an integer, but the problem is कि यहाँ पर anyway conversion होगा. If we keep it as integer, so this damage is a float, so we can't do anything. Even if we take an integer, conversion यहाँ होगा या यहाँ होगा, एक ना एक जगह तो होने वाला है. So that's fine. Okay, now we know how much damage we should do. Now how do we set these levels? Starting में तो okay, we have set it to 1 and 1. So if the level is 1 and 1, let's see, if I switch to a rifle, yeah, it is shooting every 1 second. Let's see how much damage it is doing to our goblins. To skeletons it does 20 damage, because I think skeletons have a multiplier of 2, and I'll have to kill all of them. I'll just restart and try to get the goblins to spawn, just to see how much damage it is doing to goblins. It is doing 15 damage. Okay, if I increase the level here, damage level to 2 and fire rate to, let's say for now, 6, so like fire rate will be relatively low. Now our damage should be more than 15 to goblins, and our fire rate has also increased. Okay, so we should not do 15 damage, we should do at least 17. Okay, 18. Good, because it's been anyway, our damage is being multiplied by multiplier, so we are doing a little bit more. ठीक है, so this is working, but now we need to update these numbers. But the problem with updating is that every time we switch between the weapons, we are spawning new weapons. So for example, if I do MJ, where is weapon switching? Did I not create weapon switching? Yeah, switch weapons. So every time we switch weapon, we attach a new weapon and we spawn a new weapon. Very important. So if we are spawning a new weapon, that means all these values are being reset back to default. So every time I spawn them, I need to update the value here. Okay. And also I need to remember those values wherever, whatever level I'm on. So to do that, I will use the game instance, because my player can die if I store my damage level in my player. Every time my player respawns, my damage level will be reset to 1 to all the default values. So I need a class that is persistent, and that is basically my game instance. So in the game instance, I will store the damage level for my rifle, for my fire rate level for my rifle, my damage level for my shotgun, fire rate level for my shotgun, whatever my ability level, whatever the rest my numbers are, all I will store here. And every time my player spawns or my level starts, I will initialize those values and feed it into my character and to my HUD or my shop UI, whatever. So what I need to do is, on initialized, I'll just create variables to store those values. So they are basically in a struct called weapon level. So this is for my rifle. I create another one for my shotgun. So for example, my rifle damage level, fire rate level will be here, shotgun damage level, fire rate level will be here. Okay, in the start. And I will, for now I won't create the save game load game, I'll do that later. But what I need is, every time I spawn a new weapon, I want to get the value from this and give it to my weapon. So this weapon will have a default value of a level, yes. So I will expose this on spawn. Why can't I see it? Oh, this is an actor class reference. Okay. If I change the pin type to BP weapon, yes, now the level is here. Okay, good. So in the level, every time I create this, I will give the level. Level comes from my game instance. Now game instance, I need to have a reference. On begin play, I will attach a weapon before everything. Before the weapon attach and everything, I will get a game instance and store a reference. Every time we spawn this, we get GI. Get the level, rifle, Okay, I will need to use a select node because whatever a current weapon is based on that. We can have a rifle or shotgun. Easy. So now we're getting the rifle and shotgun weapon levels. Nice. So now every time we click on upgrade here, where is our upgrade? In the menu switcher. If I put it on 1 for now. Every time I click on upgrade, this number should upgrade, but it should also upgrade my actual weapon. If that weapon is in my hand, it should upgrade that. If the weapon is not in my hand, it should still upgrade here. These two variables. So that next time when I use that weapon, which is from here, when I switch to that weapon, I will get the updated levels. Okay. Okay. Now I need to get these initial values from my data table, whatever my level is initially. So again I need to get the game instance here also, because now all my classes will have to have a reference to my game instance, because that is where my levels are. Cool. Now initially, yeah, on construct or on initialize, whatever, I need to initialize these values. Currently I have written the proper values. I think this should be +2, but we'll see how it upgrades themselves. And also I'll have to keep all of these as variables, and I'll have to name them properly. So this is the damage or rifle damage amount text. This is the rifle damage upgrade amount text. This is how much we will get after upgrading. This is rifle fire rate upgrade amount text. Rifle fire rate amount text. Nice. Okay, for now we will just focus on initializing, then we'll focus on upgrading the values, and then we'll focus on actually considering how many souls or currency you need to spend to upgrade. Okay. So to initialize these values, on initialize we'll run a function which will basically be setting up function called setup weapon info, I guess. Setup weapon info. I don't think it sounds weird. Setup weapon info. ठीक है. Now in this हम लोग को we need to access what level we are, and then we need to access at that level what is the damage amount. So how to access what level we are? That is here inside our game instance. So I will get the game instance and get level, or sorry, because this is a rifle, first we will get the rifle, so we know the levels. Now based on this level we need to get the data table row, not the names. Get data table row. Okay, suppose we are doing first for the damage. We'll take the damage, convert it to a string, convert string to the name, Then when we find the row, we know how much damage we are doing right now. So we get the text of rifle damage amount text, set the text to directly just set the number जो number हम लोग को मिल रहा है. If the row is found, if it is not found, then we can do anything. But now for the upgrade, this will be the value which we will get after upgrading. So it will be like, if the next value is 12, this will be plus 2. So we have to get the next value, minus it with this value, and that will be how much we will upgrade. How will we get the next value? Take the damage, current damage plus 1. This is the level which we will upgrade to. Whatever value this is, minus this, or no, first we need to access. We do plus 1, we do this same thing. Okay, access किया, damage मिला, this damage minus this damage. This is the amount which we will set to. Not directly actually, because we also need to add a plus in front of it. So I will do format text plus the amount. If the row is found, if the row is not found, I will set this to upgrade amount text. If the row is not found, we will set this to max. That means we can't upgrade our rifle damage level any further. We are at the maximum level. ठीक है. We will call this at the start. Okay, all is set. Let's see. We should be able to see 10 plus 2. ठीक है. If I change the rifle level to 2, damage level to 2, now it says 12 plus 2. If I set it to 9, (28 plus 2). Cool. Now every time I click on upgrade, I need to update the values. Get the game instance and set rifle, because this is the rifle damage upgrade button. We will have to get the rifle, get the damage plus 1, and then set like this. But we also need to remember to not, if our damage level is 10, it should not go any further. It should not go 10 plus 1, 11, because 10 is max. So I can't just like do clamp, because what in future if I change, because this is like nothing is concrete for now. I don't know if my game will have 10 levels, or if it will have 5 levels, or 12 levels, or 15 levels, or 20 levels. So every time I change the level, I'll have to come here and also change the max clamp amount, which is not a good option because I won't remember that I have set this here. So the better thing to do is I have to check, does data table row exist at this number. So I convert it to string and then to name, and I check if this is 10 already. 10 plus 1 11. Does a row name 11 exist in this data table? And it doesn't exist, only row name 10 exists. Okay, so if it will not find 11, it will not do anything, I guess. If it does exist, then we do this. Managing wires is a pretty tough job. ठीक है. Now after updating this amount, I also need it to change in the weapon that I'm holding, because I don't change the weapon level amount. Right now I'm only changing it when I spawn it. What if I'm already holding it? Then the level won't change, right? Okay, for now, first, before even that, I think, wait, okay, first I need to make sure that my UI updates. So I need to call basically this whole thing again. But only the damage part. This whole thing I need to call again. So what if I convert this into a function? Because I will do more things in this setup weapon info. I also need to set up the fire rate, the shotgun damage, shotgun fire rate, and everything. This is just the rifle damage. So let me collapse this to a function called rifle update rifle damage text. And here I will now call update rifle damage text. Now just to test, let's see if our upgrade button works. It won't work. It is like working on the HUD. It won't work in the actual game. These numbers are just like on the HUD, but we can see our HUD is working, or our UI part is working. Okay, it doesn't save yet. Everything will reset. Okay, but at least this is working. Now for this to work for our weapon that we are holding, we need to create, I think, a custom event in a weapon and call it to just tell it to update our weapon. update weapon level. Because the UI doesn't know what weapon we are holding. It can just tell the weapon to update weapon level. And now the thing is, there is one issue that we can't just take a wait, first we need to add a game instance reference. So यहाँ पर if I take my game instance and if I get rifle, this is where the problem is. This is my base class. This can be any weapon. It can be an AR, it can be a shotgun. So do I get the rifle or shotgun? I don't know. So this has to be done in the derived class. I'll keep the event here and I'll override this event in the derived class, which is this one. So here suppose I will call update weapon level. Whenever update weapon level is called, we get GI, we get rifle because this is a rifle class, we get the damage and fire rate, and we set level. Okay, so this will be updated. So what we'll do is, in the shop we will get MJ, and MJ knows what weapon it has, and we'll tell the weapon to update weapon level. Okay, just for now this is the logic we can use. So if we go to our rifle, we are basically, our fire rate is 1 second, we are doing damage. See how much damage we are doing. We are doing 15 damage. Put my cheats on and I'll just finish this wave. I can change my base fire rate. For testing purposes I'll bring it down to 0.2, and I just want to see after I upgrade now. I upgrade my damage to, let's say, 25. Okay, now if I shoot, the damage should be, yeah, it is doing more, 37. It is doing in point. I will remove that. The float value should not be visible in the stacking numbers, but now it is doing much more damage. Okay, which means our logic is working. So we have to do the same thing for a fire rate. I'll have to create a new function. I can't reuse that one with parameters. It will just overcomplicate things, and I by mistake pressed F1. So in the fire rate we will check what a fire rate is. Hello. It's not working. Okay, fire rate and output damage will be whatever our fire rate is. Set that to a text. But in the fire rate, we need S added. So again, we need to format amount and S without space. So ये हो गया अपना float and plus, or sorry, minus. In fire rate it will go lower, fire rate will go lower, and this will be our amount fire rate. No, how much lower will the fire rate go? That will be, suppose this value will be 1 and 0.9, so we difference he will have to take.
एक्चुअली मैंने गाइड किया इनको सब उसी पे साला हम बुक का नहीं कर पाए
Okay, fire rate हो गया. Now we'll have to call those same things when we press this button. Rifle fire rate upgrade button. On click, I'll call the same thing. Does the fire rate if it exists, then we update the fire rate, then we call update rifle fire rate text, and we update the weapon level. Okay, so I hope this works. Let's change the weapon. Now first let me check our fire rate is 1 second. If I upgrade, oh wait, this is upgrading. Oh, I forgot to change the references because I copied copy fire rate amount, fire rate upgrade amount. Equipment, 1 second fire rate, we go and we upgrade 0.9. Now this is 0.9, 0.7. Okay, 0.5, faster. This is 0.2, what we were using before. Okay, and the last one is 0.1 and it says max, and we can see this is I think too OP. We can literally just do this. Oh, it doesn't hit it. Unlucky. But now it's like a bullet hell game rather than I don't know, I was going for a roguelike, but or a roguelite. Yes, all is working. It died before it could spawn anything nice. These things will die way too quick as long as your aim is good and you can track well. Okay, so our basic upgrade system is done. The only thing left is it doesn't remember the upgrades. So every time you start the game again, it won't remember it. And also, of course, you are not spending any souls to upgrade. The upgrades are free for now, but yeah. So I'll take a short break and then we will continue with the saving of the data and maybe spending our souls to actually upgrade stuff. Okay, so I'll be right back after like a 5-minute break.
So guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be right back within 5 minutes, and we'll continue our session about making games in Unreal Engine. Until then, watch more about Game Institute. Just wait for a few minutes and I'll be right back. I hope you're enjoying this session, guys, and just wait a few minutes and I'll be right back with you. Thank you so much for waiting, guys, and I'll be there very soon. So guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be right back within 5 minutes, and we'll continue our session about making games in Unreal Engine. Until then, watch more about Game Institute. hope you're enjoying this session, guys, and just wait a few minutes and I'll be right back with you. Just wait for a few minutes and I'll be right back. So guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be right back within 5 minutes and we'll continue our session about making games in Unreal Engine. Until then, watch more about Game Institute. Just wait for a few minutes and I'll be right back. I hope you're enjoying this session, guys, and just wait a few minutes and I'll be right back with you. Thank you so much for waiting, guys, and I'll be there very soon. So guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be right back within 5 minutes and we'll continue our session about making games in Unreal Engine. Until then, watch more about Game Institute. I hope you're enjoying this session, guys, and just wait a few minutes and I'll be right back with you. for a few minutes and I'll be right back. So guys, thanks for watching and we'll be right back within 5 minutes and we'll continue our session about making games in Unreal Engine. Until then, watch more about Game Institute.
Hello. Yes, we are back. So now we'll try completing the last part, which is making the stuff save. अभी के लिए save नहीं हो रहा है, तो we'll make it save. So to make things save, what we need to do is we need to first, of course, save तो करना है, but we also need every time we start the game, we need to check do we have a save game, and we need to load these two values basically. So it's pretty simple actually. We will create a save game. I will call it game stats save, or I can call it SG stats for like save game stats, and this will just hold those two variables, S level, or sorry, S weapon level, I guess. हाँ, ये दोनों integer है, correct. This will be rifle and shotgun, and ये दोनों चीज़ें basically हमारी saved रहने वाली. So currently suppose ये दोनों 1 1 है, and GI main में we every time we start the game, I'll create an event, call it load game. Okay, load game में I will do does save game exist at my first slot, save one ऐसा कुछ में नाम, और because I don't want to remember the save game name, I will create a variable for my save slots and make it an array of strings. Maybe like I'll have 3 save slots for now. Maybe in future we can give the player an option to save its अभी currently तो मैं auto save रख दूंगा, and maybe in future he can save the game. He has 3 slots, he can start a new game if he wants to. So 3 slots, I'll have save 1, save 2 and save 3, so that I don't have to remember the name I typed everywhere and copy the name. I'll just make it in an array. Much better. So does the save slot, first save slot exist? If it does exist, then I will load game from slot, not asynchronous. I think I will do just load game. If this save game exists, I will have to cast it to SG stats because then I have to get the level or rifle and get shotgun, and I have to set my rifle and shotgun values. Okay. If it doesn't exist, I have to create save game. SG stats can promote this to a value, call it save game, and this save game, I create the save game object, I set the rifle and shotgun level to 1 because this is a new save. Nothing is saved, all the values are defaulted to 1. And this one also I will promote it to variable after loading. And I'll set these to 1 1, and I'll set these also to 1 and 1. Okay, this is basically how we will load the data. Load game. Now we also need to create a custom event for save game. Every time we actually upgrade, we also need to save the game. So to save the game, we need to call save game. Just check, does this save game exist? Does save game exist on the first slot? If it does and this is valid, this has to be valid, right? If it does exist, then that means we have created the save game. Still, I think I'll just do this. If it is valid, then set rifle and set the shotgun to the amount that is in our rifle and shotgun, in the our current values. Basically, whatever values are there in our current game instance, we will set that to our save game variables, and we will then run save game async save game to slot. Asynchronous, that means it won't wait for this to happen. And this is the save game. Okay, save game and load game. Now here in the UI, every time we click on upgrade, we upgrade these things and then we call save game. Save game. ठीक है. So now our data should be saved, I think. I don't remember if I missed a step, but we will switch to rifle. Let's check if I upgrade this twice. I escape, things should work, and I start the game again. Now we check, and the values have not been saved. Okay. When I click on damage upgrade button, it should upgrade the weapon level. Because this should be updated, so it will set that it will asynchronously save to the first slot, and when we start the game we will load it. We will check the save game exists on that slot. It probably does. We'll load game from the slot. ओके, सो ये ट्राई करके देखते हैं अभी. अपडेट वंस. नहीं हो रहा है. What did we miss? If I don't do these checks, let me just see. Upgrade. Let me wait for a second and I escape. No. Okay. So by default they are 1 1, which is true. Every time we play, are we setting them to default values? I don't think so. Yeah, we are taking the rifle shotgun values and we are setting it. Okay, we'll have to use breakpoints in test. This is running. Okay. This is also running. Cool. So now let me print and see the value. If I break it, let me print the damage. Damage is 0 right now. It should never be 0. Oh, is my struct? Default values are 1 1. These values also 1 1. How is it printing 0? It should never print 0. Oh, oh, I see. I see. I promoted both of these to different variables. ठीक है. So hopefully that fixes the issue. Yeah, so now it's 12 and 2. If I upgrade it to 16 and 2, start the game again, and it is still 16 and 2. So now to see it actually in the gameplay, so now the fire rate is 1 second. Let me upgrade the fire rate to 0.2. Okay, so it is in game, it is 0.2. If I close the game, start the game again, and it doesn't switch the current weapon, so that also something we should do. But let's switch the weapon to AR. My fire rate is 0.2 in game also. So all of these values. Wait, why does it say 1? And now it updated. I think yeah, I'm not doing it for the fire rate yet. Yeah, I'm not updating the fire rate.
ये देख हाँ सर मस्त है ठीक है हाँ इसमें बैकग्राउंड में सिर्फ डाल देंगे ग्रीन है तो अभी हाँ उसमें अपना बैकग्राउंड डाल देंगे ना फुल ग्रीन है हाँ
And now it's updated.
फुल स्क्रीन फुल ग्रीन में
And if I want to delete that save game,
डायरेक्ट दे देते हैं क्या एक जेपीजी एक
I will temporarily have to run the node delete save game at that slot. If I do delete game in slot, and the slot is basically the first slot.
नहीं गूगल हेड का कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ये नेक्स्ट सीजन आता है इसके बाद ये जो मंथ होता है ना
So once I play, everything should be, my slots and everything should be deleted, default values. And now if I plug this thing in again, values should be to their default values. And if I do it like 25 and 0.6, and I start it again, it's still 25 and 0.6. Okay, so values are being saved. Nice. One thing I will change is my current weapon. By default I will set it to rifle, so I don't have to again and again go to my equipment and like change the weapon. Okay, I escape, start the game again, and it's working. ठीक है, cool. Now for now I'll just keep this plugged in for it to not save anything, but what I need is, or actually I'll just do it when I want to, or I'll have to create a button in the UI to delete my saves and start the save again. But
टेंशन मत लीजिए होता है ये फ्लैशबैक होता है सबका
what I need to call here is I need to check how many souls I have, and I need, every time I click on upgrade, I need to check if I have those amount of souls, and I need to minus those amount of souls from my total souls. So उसके लिए in this vertical box I will need to add another horizontal box on top of this. यहाँ पर I will have to add a horizontal box again in this souls amount box. This will display how many souls I have, and I'll put it to the right, and this will have a text which is the souls amount text. This will be like 0 to 10 whatever. And a spacer and an image. PNG हम लोग इधर डाल देंगे. Uh, Maybe this image should be to my left actually. Spacer between them and another spacer at right. I'll keep it auto. So here is the amount of souls we have. I'll need to add another spacer in between. And also like a spacer next to this. Yeah. So now we need to sync the values basically. अभी souls तो we'll be able to see, but we need to sync the amount of souls we have into our UI. तो suppose यहाँ पर मुझे 40 souls दिख रहे. When I press here also this should be 40 here. So to do that, every time I open the menu, which is basically on construct, every time basically construct is running. So on construct what we have to do, ठीक है. Where are my souls being saved right now? Right now in my HUD, they are being stored, I think, from the game mode.
I guess black कुछ तो डाल दिया है जा भाई कैसे कैसे आवाज निकल रहा है सर मेरे नाक नाक जम रहा है एसी का कुछ नहीं है एसी का कुछ वो नहीं देख तेरे को दिखाता नहीं क्या दिखाएगा सर
So basically ये जो amount है यहाँ पर दिख रहा है,
सर करना क्या चाहते हो कुछ समझ नहीं सर येलो दो येलो येलो अच्छा सर अल्ट F4 सबसे बेस्ट
yeah, this is being updated from new souls amount and stuff.
बस ना सर वो
तो ये तो हम लोग थोड़ा थोड़ा करके
ये
increase
बराबर है
कर
सर
रहे हैं.
बस हो गया इसमें रीसेट
But
दिखा रहा
basically, where do we get this amount from?
तुम लोग को क्या फायदा है फोटोशॉप सीख के यार
We get this from our game mode. Update souls text.
मैंने तो टोटल स्क्वाड ही लिया है क्या करेंगे नाम ये बंदा पक्का ब्रूटल लग रहा है स्क्वाड में से अभी तो ऐसे ऐसे फोटो लेना दो भी फट के आते हैं अरे तो फिर भी अच्छे फोटो थे ये तो फिर भी अच्छे
We have update health, we have increase
कोई
souls.
काम का नहीं है बड़े कामों के लिए कैनो कोई काम का तू इसमें तू ये अकेला सिंगल सर क्या बात सच्ची बोल इधर से उधर मत लग रहा है एक फोटो में फट के आई इसके बट वो ऑनलाइन है ना उसका ऐप पे लेगा ठीक है
So we'll create an HUD category basically here, which is all the stuff related to HUD. Actually not, I'll just create a single comment.
अच्छा है ना अभी अभी पहला
All the stuff related to HUD will go here.
ब्लूटूथ स्क्वाड अरे वो क्यों कर रहा है तू सेव कर पहले ये तुम लोग ने बनाया ना सर आप ट्रॉफी को डाल दीजिए ट्रॉफी काट लिया ये इधर से वापस लिया
Increase souls or update souls or whatever. Update souls.
सर ने डिलीट कुछ नहीं किया रे सर ने वो भाई मैंने कुछ भी किया डिलीट
Now in update souls, whatever the soul amount is being stored here in our game mode. So in our shop, every time we run on construct, we will get our game mode. Do we have a game mode reference? Yeah, we do. Game mode, we will get souls, not increase souls, but just the amount of souls.
उसको फोटो भेजा है वो तो तेरे पास तेरे को मिला नहीं रहेगा ये लोग टाइम पास कर इसका फोटो रुक जा तेरे को
And then here, souls amount text.
अरे पीएसडी फाइल की डाल दो मेरे को इसमें वीडियो में सर ये लड़का बहुत मेहनत कर रहा है सर कितना बेचता हो ये मेरे को भी दे दे चल मैं भी करता हूं ले क्या करना है
We can do set text.
हां बाहर डाल दे चले
Directly to this number, and this we will collapse to a function, say update souls.
तो पहले क्यों नहीं आए छापे आए
So we are updating the souls amount every time we open the menu. So if the amount of souls we have is right now say 40, if I press E, it should also say 40 there. Okay. So now basically every time we click on upgrade, we need to minus the 10 amount from our souls. So we need to get the upgrade button here. Now before upgrading or before checking the row table or whatever, first we need to check, first check should be our souls. So we get the game mode, we get the souls,
क्या बोला तू क्या फाइनल ग्रैंड फिनाले सर अरे
and then souls के साथ we'll have to check the upgrade amount.
ये लोग पीएचडी फाइल दो ठीक है कितने टीम है अपने पास 20 ना तेरे को 5 बनाने हैं एक तो मैंने बना के दिया ठीक है तो और 4 बनाने हैं तो 3 4 5 2 5 2 5 ठीक है और ना तीनों कलर अलग अलग ले लो इसमें
rifle damage upgrade soul amount, and this will be rifle fire rate upgrade soul amount.
मेरी इच्छा है पूरा डिजाइनिंग मैं करूं ऐसा बोला ही तो फिर बोले ना मतलब जो डोलू आईटी के सबसे डाउन है ना अपने जीरो हो जाएंगे
ठीक है, तो अभी इसमें हम लोग को ये भी बेसिकली डेटा टेबल में डालना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज एवरी लेवल जो हम लोग अपग्रेड कर रहे हैं नेक्स्ट लेवल का, उसके लिए वील हैव टू ऐड द अपग्रेड अमाउंट.
ऐसा कौन सा मूड होता है जिससे डिजाइन उसके मूड अलग है लाइव चल रहा है भाई लाइव चल रहा है.
ठीक है, सो इसमें वील हैव टू चेक आर डेटा टेबल.
फोटोशॉप ही नहीं है इसमें अरे तो चिल्ला मत ना रे कितना तक लेगा साइबरट्रॉन
Data table and this we'll need to add another column here, and column add करने के लिए we need to update the struct. So we need to add the upgrade amount, but upgrade amount will be different for damage and for fire rate. Maybe if we keep the same one here, upgrade amount, so we add a integer, default value is suppose 10. Here every level will take different souls, so this will take suppose 20 souls, so will take 30 souls to upgrade. 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. So let's just see if it works or not first. Now when we initialize, when we are setting up weapon info rifle damage text, we also need to update the soul amount, which is this rifle damage upgrade soul amount. We also need to set this text. So this is the amount to upgrade to this level. So 20 will be the minimum amount to upgrade to level 2. So right now if we want to upgrade to this level, so that amount will be displayed if it is found. If it is not found, we set the text to nothing, or just like a hyphen to denote that you can't basically upgrade. Let's check. Interact, it is 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah, it's upgrading. Okay, 100, and this is the maximum, you can't go further. Cool. So you have to do that for the fire rate also. set text. Okay, now we need to make the check here. So every time we click on upgrade, we have to check the souls that we have should be greater than, or sorry, yeah, greater than the amount of souls that are required for the next level, which will be written in this, or sorry, the damage upgrade amount. How do I get the numbers out of this text? I can't. I technically can. I don't know if it will work properly. But as long as I have more souls than it is required, then I will go do this. And if this is like the hyphen amount, then what? And anyway the check will fail here. So here we need to just do this minus this. Set souls, and also need to call update souls text. I think it should work. If I click on upgrade, it doesn't work. Okay, now if I get these souls 40, go here, I press upgrade, it upgrades, but this did not update. Okay, it's still 40 here. Okay, if I click on upgrade, it still upgrades 40. It keeps upgrading. Okay. So I think the problem is this value, whatever value I'm getting. I should print and check this value. Oh wait, rifle damage amount text. No. I need the soul amount. Rifle damage upgrade soul amount. Now first let me check. Okay, 20, 40, upgrade. Okay, yeah, it updated here. Nice. So now we can't upgrade further because this is 30, but यहाँ पर update नहीं हुआ. So this is also something we need to update. So every time we update the souls, we need to update in the HUD. So instead of updating the souls like this, I need to do it from a function, I think. So I can do increase souls and I can give it souls in minus. That's all I think I can do. So I can call increase souls. Whatever number this is multiplied by -1. So if it's 40, click here, upgrade, it is 20, but this did not update. Should have done 40 minus 20, 20.
हो गया सब
Should have called this, and HUD should have updated, but maybe is it because every time I open the shop my HUD is not working? What if I add a breakpoint just to see if it is being called or no? So it is being called. I want to check after I have collected these souls. Okay. Now if I click on upgrade, it is calling this. Okay. It's getting the new souls amount. What is the oh, because it's going below 0, so this will not work. Yeah, true, true. Because this will only work when the souls goes up. What I'll do is this amount less than my text? This amount is less than what is already on my text. Then I will just set the text directly without doing all the animation, gradual animation. New souls amount. I don't even need to access new souls amount. I can just access this directly. This should work. Okay, I need to remove this. So it's 40 now. Upgrade, it's 20 here, it's 20 here. Nice. I am a genius. Okay. All done. It is a little bit like Lionel Messi, but I'll have to clean it up a bit for both because I have to do the same thing here. Later on I'll probably try to make a function so I don't have to copy it twice, but the only problem is every time I make a function I'll have to see this has to be different for both of them. So this is suppose rifle damage, yeah, rifle fire rate upgrade soul amount. This will be different. This will be different. Instead of damage we'll do fire rate here, damage here, and then yeah, otherwise it's the same. It's just two things actually here. Oh yes, so and also this you need to call two different functions. But yeah, let's check. So we have 40 souls, upgrade 20 souls, and this 20 souls. Cool, all done. So I think that is all we'll do for today. Next time we'll maybe finish up all this damage for the same thing. Basically we have to do for shotgun, we have to do some for abilities, and maybe like for a character health and stuff. तो वो सब हम लोग को next time हम लोग करेंगे. But the basic uh, system is in place, it's working, it saves and everything. We can spend your soul amount, you can quit the game, you can load it again, and all the upgrades and everything will work. Only thing that needs work is maybe the UI, the design part, but the logic is working. Okay, so if you have any questions let me know, and if you have any suggestions also we'll take a look at it next time, and we'll try to finish up this game in the least amount of episodes as possible, but I think it's all we're already past that. Okay, so that's it, and see you later.